Hello and welcome to the Wolfchase Toyota Insider. I'm Jeff Brightwell with Sean Burdette and coaches. I've talked to a few coaches already this morning as we record these shows. Everyone just, even though you're an indoor sport, everyone's just glad to get back to practice.
It's really good to get back in the gym. We were off essentially a full week. So to be able to get back in over the weekend and practice and then really start moving forward for Tulsa has been good. Energy level's been great. But I think it was also good to get everybody rested up a little bit.
I've asked every coach this too. Everyone come back okay? No games in the snow, volleyball in the snow, no turned ankles or anything. Everybody all right?
Everything was good. I think they controlled themselves fine, and they enjoyed the time off, but also enabled them to focus a little bit on the academic side too. So I think the timing was good.
It's strange too, and I know it doesn't affect you as much as far as your practice because you're an indoor sport, but it is crazy how we're all snowed in and relegated to our homes on Saturday. And now a lot of your team's probably going to show up to the Finch Center today wearing shorts. Maybe not a T-shirt, but at least probably shorts weather later today.
You got to love the Mid-South, and obviously the snow and the ice is once in a blue moon type of thing. But it's nice to have that sun out there and beautiful weather for people to get around.
Well, of all the sports that are going to have to reschedule due to last week's snowstorm, you and Tulsa probably had it best. Not that it's not inconvenient or anything like that, but you were both scheduled for a bye week in this week, so you were both able just to shift it back a week.
Yeah, and that's something great that the conference built in, and it allowed us some flexibility in case some things happened, and obviously it presented itself that way for us and a couple other teams within conference. So easy shift, basically one full week back, and get after it this Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, you're gonna get to it about a day early because you are going to move it up at least to a Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, sorry, Thursday, Friday. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Going to be the third second weekend of conference play. You were down at Tulane, but your first conference match now at the Finch Center.
Yeah, it's exciting, and we'll have fans again, although limited. But nice to have some people in here, some family to support our players, and just have a little bit of a different atmosphere and have those people here.
After getting to play those first 2 weekends at home, and that's the kind of the novelty of, the new home, everything's new. Do you see the team now, even though you've trained there for a while, do you see the team now really just settling into things? Not that it's routine, but you settled into it?
I think it's been good because we get our competition courts set up for our practices, something that we do more often now that we're competing here. So you got to get the lay of the land, and you work on those bounces in the ceiling because it's not the highest of ceilings out there. So it's a little different than some of the facilities we will see. And obviously it's a change for some of the opponents that come in here as well. But I think, again, those things all play into a little bit of a home court advantage sometimes.
Speaking of kind of new things this year, and something I failed to talk to you about over the last couple of weeks, one of the new rules this year is you don't switch sides between every set. And to me, that almost always kind of seemed like an inconvenience to do a quick switch. You only got a couple of minutes between your sets, except for the intermission. Are you for it, against it, or doesn't really matter to you?
It's become commonplace really in such a short season already. And I think a lot of coaches kind of go, why don't we just do this all the time and keep it this way? So I think we'll have a lot of conversations at the national level and within our coach association after the season as to, how we want to proceed with the fall. And, as things get back to normal, do we want to keep some of these changes? But I think, there is no home court advantage in terms of one side or the other, at least in our facility. I'm sure there's some places out there that it might be a little bit different, but at the end of the day, it's still the game, and you got to go out and you got to compete.
Well, you've got, again, the second conference weekend now, and this one's going to be at home. And we've talked, and we'll talk every week about it. Everyone does around the league about how precious, you don't have 16 to 20 matches to play this year. Very finite, very limited opportunities.
Yeah, and limited certainly for us within conference, where we are the one team that is home for 2 homestands in conference against 2 different opponents there, and then we're away 3. So a little bit different for us in that regard. And it's the schedule we're given. It's the schedule we're going to go out and attack, and we're going to play and value all those times that we're here at home.
Well, what do you need to see different Thursday and Friday as far as from what you saw down at Tulane?
Well, I think we, go into Tulsa here, and they've got a very physical team. They like a tempo offense, a good defensive team. We got to control the tempo first and foremost. So we've got to be good on the serve pass game, but really try to put some pressure with the serve out there on them and prevent them and maybe keep them from having those, first option choices, and, really see if we can control some things at the net. We've worked a lot in terms of blocking, floor defense, but then also our transition attack as well.
All right. Well, Coach, best of luck against Tulsa Thursday and Friday, and we'll catch up with you next week.
All right. Sounds great. Thanks, Jeff.
That is Sean Burdette. I'm Jeff Brightwell with the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.